As the boys from Greyhound make their debut here under the banner of the boys, they're going to be going head-to-head versus Astralis. So certainly not the easiest first matchup for your new organization to have, but yeah, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see, right? I mean, you can already see those odds going massively in favor of Astralis. That's courtesy of the lovely folks over at Betway. Maybe if you're a fan of the boys, you would love to head on over and make some money or lose some money. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think realistically, even Renegades know what they're up against here. It's definitely a trial by fire, good way of putting it. But the man advantage initially secured. Dick Stacy going back for more with a flashbang, and it's actually Inns who will take the kill away. Renegades can drop back off of this B-bomb site. They know they've got the advantage. No need to force engagements any more than they already have. Remember, 2 dinked players in this round already is a bit of a problem for Renegades, and Astralis still have all their utility. That's the one positive to draw away. They can go for this set piece up on the A site, smoke off the Moto. Got these rotates back in towards A. Initially, it was a triple B setup, and waiting in the graveyard, well, he was Dexter, gets his head ripped off. Fast play from Astralis. They take control of A. This site given up now for Renegades, and a retake will have to be the solution here as the bomb gets planted.
Yeah, now, man advantage might lie with Renegades, and they do have the kit as well, but, you know, you're going up against the Astralis in a retake, and they've had some time to get into these post plants. Malta, not deterred by the names he's up against, still puts down Zipnix and follows up onto Dupree. It's only Glaive who now, back against the wall, and even though he gets 2, I was going to say, surely not. Surely this cannot be a clutch that's doable, and luckily enough, the Renegades prove us right. They lock in that pistol round. And that's a bit of weight off their shoulders, as now they can maybe look to get off to a good start here on Inferno.
Yeah, pistol run going the way. I was a little bit worried when we saw Dexter go down and Renegades have to forego the A site. That was somewhat scary, giving Astralis that chance. But the question for me is are we going to see this force? I would expect it from Astralis with them being such a confident team coming into this matchup. But bomb plant down in the pistol is going to facilitate some rifles in round number 2. And we'll see if they did opt for that. That is the case. So 2 AKs and a Galil. Astralis going in big in this second round. And let's see if they can do anything with it. They're up against 4 MP9, so really, if you look at the weaponry, it's kind of favored to Astralis, which is pretty gross. But already losing the first man. That's Magis going down on the logs. Inns forces that fight, and Renegades can just give up Banana now with that man advantage and let Astralis move in through and pick up that weapon. But Dick Stacy doesn't want to make it easy for them. Molotov down at Banana and still peeking, still trying to fight. Gonna get spammed down to 20. Device is gonna hear those tags. Glaive, it doesn't matter. He finishes off the job through the smoke, and Device is gonna keep moving forward. Solo B player here right now. Inns can't afford to die. He's got that smoke to delay the push, and it will buy time for a rotate, but Astralis, they might just go straight through.
They certainly might. This is where this flash from Dexter might have to do a hell of a lot. But no, they decide against that. They back away from B, now turning their attention toward the middle of the map. You look at this, man, you wouldn't even know Astralis were the ones to lose that last round, right? They've got better weaponry than Renegades here. So the boys, they're going to find themselves up against it. Molotov goes in, and that will separate this push. Right now, Glaive is alone out through long. That bomb has since left the A side of the map and gone back down in through middle. Glaive. Oh, no, they're not ready. They're not ready for that. Sicko is going to get dispatched off. The bomb's back from Banana again. It just keeps going back and forth and back and forth. And there we go. Now getting planted inside of the site. Dupree shutting down Dexter before he has anything to say in this round. And for Inns, he's got to try and hold on to the MP9. That's just gross. You hate that.
That's such a smart play from Glaive, man. He goes in towards the archway, he gets spotted, and immediately doubles back, because Sicko in the library suddenly turns around. He realizes he has to watch the CT spawn. He's got to check his back, and that gives room for Glaive to just fake out his position and go straight into library. Very, very confident stuff. And that will find himself a kill and open up the A site here for Astralis. A first round taken on this T side, as the Danish overlords look to make this a difficult game for the Renegades. That's what you would imagine. As Renegades, like you just got to force around this one MP9. They have really nothing to play with moving forward, so may as well invest here and get some pistols and armor. My sources inside ESL told me that Astralis got in at 1 a.m. and I think the time I got told was like 7 or 8 a.m. They were already asking to come and use the prac PCs and get prepared, get ready for their games today. So that really does just show how dedicated some of these guys are. You don't get to become the best in the world without being exactly that, and they're looking to show it right here, right now. Renegades on that force. We've got that Scout on Sicko. Everyone else on pistols with the exception of the saved SMG. But Astralis now fully rifled up with 5 guns is going to make this easier said than done for the Renegades. And Harry, we talk about this a lot, but sometimes when you win pistol, but you lose that second round, especially when you're on the CT side, it can really wreck your economy. And you know, it's almost better to win the force than it is to win the pistol as a T, because it puts you in this position where you get another anti-eco, or technically 2 anti-ecos, right? This force buy is pretty whack, and if Renegades lose this, they'll be down to just P250s in the next. So Astralis have really set themselves up for an early CT victory, and Dupree already taking the first blood in this round.
Yeah, that Scout not really getting to do all too much damage. Ooh. And Dupree, well, the rest of his team might have headed back towards Banana. He's content on just kill farming over here on A. He's padding those stats out. And if he'd kept on going, he would have uncovered that this A side of the map is actually empty. And so now he makes that call across to the rest of the team. The bomb's in tow, and this should be around for Astralis, where the rest of Renegades just try and hold on to these weapons.
Yeah, nice rotate back for Astralis, not falling into that stacked B bomb site. Jisk is still going to be here, though, laying down the pain. He finds Inns as well, back towards the coffins. 20 seconds as the bomb goes down, and Renegades realizing the error of their ways. Nothing they can do here but save their weapons. And hopefully try and take down Magisk to get themselves a little something to work with, but Jisk is not overstepping. He's just waiting here, knowing that Renegades, I mean, they're the ones who want these kills. He doesn't need to rush it. But with his team moving in from the rest from the CT spawn, they've cut off the rest of Renegades. They know they can't escape, and they're just going to start hounding them down. Magisk finding one, Dexter waiting for the repeat, and there it is. 3 kills from Magisk off that Galil. Fantastic stuff from Astralis, sitting 2-1 up at the start of Inferno.
Yeah, and that's about to get even stronger, right? Like that, as you were talking about, right? If you were able to get that second round locked in, that force buy over on the T side, you do essentially get 2 of these anti-ecos for free in response. There's no money for Renegades to invest into this round here and now. So this should just be a quick, clean round for Astralis. And the real chance that they had to do damage, Renegades, was in that previous, and they weren't really able to find anything. So now armed with just vanilla pistols, you really aren't expecting all too much here from the boys. They're going to group up together, all 5 of them, as they often are. Shoulder to shoulder, side by side, and maybe that will allow these USPs to find something. The problem is, Astralis aren't just going to go running into this stack and feeding the beast, right? They've already cleared the B bomb site, and so they're going to dodge this danger very amicably. They move away, they back out of mid, they're going to grab that bomb, and they'll get it planted inside of B for free.
And that smoke at top mid is hilarious as well. So Nick throws that in almost like a middle finger to Renegades.
Yeah,
like T's smoking off the choke point, like, we know you're here. We know you're stacked on A, and we have already won this round. Little do you know. And with that smoke going down, Renegades now realize exactly what's happening. And they've got to start caring about their backline as well, Harry, because Astralis are already moving players in through that CT spawn. They've cleared everything on B. Even Zik is going as far to check the sandbags at the back of Ruins. There's no ninjas today here on the Renegade side as they try and push down mid. Farm some kills with these USPs, rather, but it's not exactly turning out too well for them. Should just be a flawless round here for Astralis.
Oh, there you go. That's one. There we go. Dexter just about grabbing it. Anyone else want to drop into Dexter's laboratory? Oh, there we go. Dupree gets in and stops him in his tracks. He's not allowed to get away with the AK. To be honest with you, I think if he was allowed, that would have been a huge mistake from Astralis. And as we know about these literal cyborgs, they don't make mistakes, okay, over on the Astralis side.
Danebots, Harry. Danebots. That's what we call them.
That is a term that we've been trying to coin, you know, and I think with good reason. You know, I can't think of like another team that had a similar situation with Astralis where they go from being the top, they have like a period where, as the desk was saying, it just felt like, you know, it was more them going like, Yeah, we'll stop playing as much, and then they fell off, and now they're straight back, and that can be the hardest thing, right? When you go from being the best in the world, then you kind of fall off a little bit. As we've seen with so many teams, it can be hard to get back to that caliber, get back to that level. But for Dupree and Xyp9x, it just seems far too easy. And for the rest of the gang, kills have already come in for Astralis. Flash is fantastic. Dupree, 10 points of health and still putting up numbers. He's 8-1 right now in the server, and this is surely a 4th round for Astralis. This is a bit of a masterclass here.
Yeah, Dupree, he must have eaten a whole bunch of bananas before this game, Harry. His entries right now are looking phenomenal, and multiple opening kills hit for Astralis to get into that A site. Another quick plant, and Magiska's even farming these B kills as well. 2 more left, and he gets them both. 4-1 lead for Astralis on this T side, and that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
I always look at the banana as more of the iconic food for North out of the 2 Danish teams.
See that.
They love a banana, but be sure to get your votes in. What's the official fruit of Astralis? We you know, banana is a good shout, to be fair.
I think it just
pro teams love a beanan.
I mean, it's just not a messy fruit, you know. You can just
it's self-contained,
right?
Down. Like, yeah.
Like, you know, if you start eating oranges before a game, you're going to get squirted
eating oranges
everywhere.
on the desk, yeah. No, I mean,
keyboard sticky. Oh dear, look at the pace though. Astralis, man, they are feeling it. Dupree is already up mid. It's a 4-man B stack for Renegades though, and these flashes could turn out pretty well, but Astralis have fallen back. They're not playing this top of B just yet, so they haven't been taken down. Device spraying to, and Magiska with the grenade actually finishes off that job. Malta, the only A player here getting spotted, but he finds 2 kills. That's fantastic from Malta. Can he get any more, as he is the only man here? Inz is already on a bit of a back-off, as he's found a single kill at the top of Banana, and Astralis in this 2-on-2, just looking to commit towards B for the time being. But no rush. They know that Malta could have rotated back towards his site, so they want to make sure that not only that not being a possibility, but mid is also clear. Malta's tucked himself in on long, but if anything, Astralis, if they go short or apartments, they're going to get a free site, and we'll have to see Renegades play for retake. If they end up in a post-plant, I don't see any way of Renegades getting back into this. No armor, Inz doesn't have a gun, and no kit.
And I love this decision from Astralis, right? Like, you know, Iglay mastermind in this TV2, and he's navigated this perfectly, right? They leave B early on. They know that there was a player here. They take all this time to clear mid. Now, maybe there's a timing for Malta where he might catch them unawares. Ooh, just about gets back around the corner in time, flashes himself away, and now going to try and take up a position inside of this A site. Malta, he's got to do it all now for Renegades. This AK that's been retrieved has to prove itself now, and it does not. Falling at the first hurdle. He's done a lot of damage, but it's not enough to lock in the round as Glaive finishes off both of those remaining players. Astralis 5-1. Regardless, just pistols in that round for Renegades. Let's not forget, you know, like that does come with a caveat of being an eco round. So they get it very, very close, all on the back of Malta over here towards A. Now an investment back in, and finally we're going to see not 1, but 2 AWPs over on this CT side.
I kind of like that as well, right? It's going to mean they have less utility to take Banana, but you can easily post an AWP up and just try and take those jewels down at that position. One of them being in mid, though, Sicko holding. Device is going to meet him on the other side, but neither of these players finding the contact just yet. Renegades opting to completely ditch the Banana in this round. They're going to fall all the way back to the safety of the B site. Inz holding for a shot here in spawn, and actually Flashbang going to blind him, and he fires a reaction bullet. Won't connect, but Astralis can now keep him out of position. Molotov to send him back towards the CT spawn. He might even wrap coffins with that, as that's what Device is hoping for with this little boost up. But Inz still sticking in his position is going to be the right call to make. And I think that scope, he threw a scope in there. Device hears it, and they drop off of the boost. But Inz has actually gone all the way back round. So Device not falling for it, as he still sits holding the coffins. But this first opening duel could let Astralis just dive into the site. Instead, it's Inz to take him down, and the full execute. Astralis still going to commit.
Oh, hang on a minute, though. That Molotov has slowed them right down. Are they going to go through it? They smoke it off, and now, yeah, they do commit. The Danes running in, and they deal with Dick Stacy. Inz was good for 1 on this AWP, but now he's had to fall back to the ruins and concede this bomb site. Will remove another. The AWP coming alive now for Renegades, and it's sprung them back into a doable retake. Man advantage for the Aussies in this one. And Sicko, these AWPs so valuable to Astralis. All the kills to have been found in this round have come off the back of them. Glaive just killed Dupree. Was worried about the banana flank, perhaps a little too worried there, as it's hot Dane-on-Dane action down in banana.
I think he got blocked by his teammate and didn't realize he was right next to him, right? They're like standing next to each other. He tries to move, he realizes he can't, and then just out of reaction just spins. Although, yeah, who really knows, Harry? That's a bit of a mistake, a rare one you're going to catch from Astralis, and it gives Renegades an in, away back into that round. It's not just an in, though, it's an ins, as he is the man to make this happen. Great opening kill with the AWP onto Device, who was holding down for him, and he finds a couple more after that as well. So, good stuff with this AWP. And Renegades are going to get themselves a second round on the board. Kind of lucky that Glaive kills his teammate there, because one of the rotates was really late. Malta was still in the apartments when that bomb got planted on B, so he was a long way away there for Renegades, but luckily didn't come in to be too much of a problem for them.
Ooh, nearly. Oh, even closer.
How did neither of those
I know, that's some real BS right there for Ids. It's so close. He doesn't, he'll never know how close that was. But both times, just a matter of pixels away. He's going to try flash Dick Stacy back into top banana. Aggressive smoke thrown in, and they continue to try and keep Astralis out of this side of the map. This is a bit of a switch up from Renegades, because usually it has just been very, very passive back within this bomb site. They know the Danes want to establish this default at the very, very least as well. And so keeping them away from B could prove to be valuable for Renegades. Still two players here. Glaive now lurking alone up in the top of mid, while the rest of his team have since doubled back and rejoined this bomb over at the B side of the map. Smoke now down to keep Astralis out even longer. And if they wait for that to fade, there's about 10 seconds left on this timer till the end of the round. So they've got to go through it. And that Molotov from Inns could spell disaster.
They're going to need immediate entry kills, and Inns is delaying them. He's hiding at the back of the site, trying to stay alive for this bomb. Dick Stacy with one. Inns joins the party, but they both fall right after their first initial kills. 3 on 5 for Astralis looking to be made in this round, but it's going to have to be a retake from the Renegades. Dupree pushed into spawn, and they're not going to check it. He gets away with a kill, and he doubles it as well. The second AWP removed from the server, and Malta, he's just going to have to hold onto his gun down in T-spawn. That's a rough one for Renegades, and I think a big deal there. Zipnix misses a smoke in second middle, and it was meant to land on the long corner. If that smoke actually landed, I think we might have even seen a rotation from Renegades, because they had a double long setup right there. Without that, they could have sent a player back over towards the other side of the map and maybe had a stronger hold on B. Instead, it was just a 2 for 2, and the retake unsuccessful.
I think that shows how much faith Astralis have in the system as well, to decide to wait for that smoke and for the Molotov to fade. So many teams, you know, they would rather have those extra few seconds if it means having to go through a smoke or having to run through a Molotov, and they just decide with steel in their veins to just sit down and wait and push in at what, like the 11-second mark? You needed to get both of those kills immediately, and they do. That's what makes that so impressive, because all it would take is for, you know, like one unfortunate kill to come in, maybe that bomb to get thrown out of position. Anything could have gone wrong. Any one problem could have gone the way of Astralis, and nothing does. So it goes exactly according to plan here. And on the back of it, they've sent the Renegades economy back into the doldrums. Ooh. So a partial investment here behind this M4. The nades have at least got a good return on investment over at Banana, finding a lot of damage onto Magisk nice and early. Dupree out in top mid. Hasn't gone for a peek just yet, and there is a man nearby. I feel bad for Rush right now, because all across the map, there's a potential kill waiting to be found, and there's one going in favor of Renegades. Traded back, Dupree, getting hot and heavy up in top mid, will get dealt with. And so maybe it's going to come back down to a B play here for Astralis. Thankfully, Device has facilitated that with that kill, makes it now feel even more likely.
Yeah, they saw Inns in spawn earlier as well, so even with that smoke going down, It's now faded, and they're going to be holding for it. The re-peak is there, and Magiski was only a shot away from death, but that shot doesn't connect, and Astralis take the B site for free. Renegades on for the retake here, but it is very tempting to want to save these guns, especially when Sicko doesn't have armor here. That being said, they know they got to buy in the next round regardless. That kill, that will certainly open things up. Renegades, they've got to be sweating now as they get back into this site. Magisk holding at the back of quad. Zipnik's playing for his own on banana as well. He can set up utility. He can throw a flashbang in if he wants Magisk to peek off the back of it. And now with both players coming from spawn for Renegades, that information is at least gained for Astralis. Flash up, Magisk peeks, and he takes the kill. Malta's gone. It's just Sicko, and that kit as well is dropped in the spawn, so he has to run all the way back if he wants to pick that one up. At this rate, the bomb's probably going to take him down if Astralis don't, and they will. Magisk with another trade, and that will be Astralis locking in the anti-eco. These pistol rounds are getting close, Harry, but close is not enough.
Well, Hugo, I'm going to offer a bit of a B-stream update, but before I do that, I want to say, spoiler warning. I'm going to give everyone 5 seconds. If you don't want to hear what happened over on the B-stream, you can mute, and you can mute now. Maybe you've already got us muted. Who knows? But we just saw the Aussies over there in 100 Thieves face the Danes in Heroic. And in that matchup of Denmark versus Australia, it was the Aussies that came out on top. 100 Thieves were able to pick that up.
Just jumping in here over the top of the other two. We've got Inns with a bit of a heroic performance to get the only round on the board, or gun round thus far. So if we play this one out, you're going to get the device kill here. There's going to be a bit of a mistiming coming out from Astralis. You can see these two smokes landing, and they're actually going to dissipate due to this Molotov thrown by Inns. So they're eventually going to get it to extinguish. As they push into the site, we're going to see Inns still playing around this position here. The smoke starts to fade, and he's going to find himself another kill. So we can play this one out. He's going to grab another kill here, and that's done enough to allow Renegades to grab around. Back to the game.
Thank you very much, Chad. And yeah, Astralis right now, a masterclass, not just from the Birchall, but from the boys in Denmark. 7-2 up right now on this T side. No signs of slowing down, but that AWP might be the sign of good times for Renegades. A man advantage is secured immediately, and Astralis doubling down through this smoke. They're going to run out through middle. Molotov on long will deny them the re-aggression as the rotates come through off of B. Renegades had 3 towards that B site at the start, and it's clearly a read for Astralis. They're doubling down on this site and trying to get ahead of these rotations. But Dexter's already here. He's up above that smoke in the graveyard. Just looking for Malta, and he's about to peek in. There's the kill, which is getting 2, and that is fantastic. Astralis, 3-on-3 as a trade comes in from the AWP, but they can get the plant in here.
Yeah, that Moto smoke is going to cut the AWP out of this round, and now Dupree can find the bomb plant. Magisk was able to open this round up, and now the 3 remaining Danes. Oh, that's just... mate, you watch them play, it doesn't even feel fair. They just make every fight look so easy. Glaive was waiting all round long in the bottom of mid for that exact peak, and he knows that if he gets it, and he does, then this is just going to force the save for Renegades. A 3-on-3, you look at that, you know, if you're the Renegade squad and you think, not going to be easy, but we can do it. 2-on-3, however, with an AWP in the retake, that's just a flat no. They're going to try and hold on to this now. Yeah,
it definitely hurts Renegades considering how many times these AWPs have been getting multiple kills. Inns and Sicko now 2 rounds with you know, 2 opening kills that just go nowhere ultimately because Astralis trading their way into the bomb site so effectively, and that will be another round taken for them with little casualties.
If we do want to look at some silver linings for Renegades here, I'm thinking that right now the thing that I'm loving is this AWP and also double AWP potential specifically, right? Because it has been a lot of the time in these site takes, the 2 players that have helped made it feel doable rather have been the 2 AWPers, right? Sicko over towards A and Inns with his inside of that B bomb site. The problem with that though is Renegades, as they're finding out now, Astralis aren't big on letting you ever have a lot of money in those bank accounts. So that's something that they're not really able to purchase up.
How is he alive?
Magisk is like made of metal, man. And even that has its breaking point. Finally, he does get broken down.
Yeah, full of shrapnel after that one. Oh, Sicko, the timing could have been good. Luckily, he actually moves back and avoids that flashbang as Dupree moves into the boiler. Sicko with a crossfire for Malta here on that A site as well. Playing the pit with the SMG is not going to be the best weapon. Smoke fades on the corner and Dexter gets some free damage off, but no kill converted. Astralis back to this B site. It has been so sweet for them on this T side already, and they've smoked off ins. He might have to go through that, but instead just throws a smoke in front to give him a bit of position to move out. Dick Stacey has been up on top of these boxes time and time again, and he gets spotted as well. Goes out wide, but Glaive is ready for it. Sicko in the spawn with one, but Inns has been dropped to the back of the site, and it is just going to be Dexter here, the only man left on this side of the map, trying desperately to win a duel. Device is dedicated on this angle, and he'll close it out with the Krieg. That scope is too good. As 3-on-2, Astralis get that bomb planted, and Renegades, they've got a question, is this even worth it?
And sadly, once again, the answer is probably no, but it's like at this point, what choice do they have? They've got to give it at least a bit of a look in, see if someone offers something up, but you know Astralis aren't the kind of team to go hunting too soon, to start to give you ways of getting back into these retakes. Oh, Sicko waited all round long, looking there, and now falls prey, but Malta might just be the savior, getting two, and now just Zipnik's left to find, but if one man is steely in these clutches, it's often him, but no, this time around it's Malta. It's down to the wire, but he's just about got it. A third for Renegades on the back of just one man. Malta take a bow as he makes that 1v3 look a little too easy versus the best team in the world.
That was sick. That was really, really nice as well. I thought it was over after Sicko unscoped on the sandbags. That would have been the kill, getting them back into things. But Malta, great reaction shots on that player in Banana. And yeah, just winning out the clutch 1-on-3. Astralis, not much they could do to stop that right there. And Zipnik's, yeah, he plays it perfectly, really. He just jiggles and he gets wallbanged. This is very unfortunate. Malta going wide on that angle. And Astralis, they've had enough of it, Harry. They don't want to let Renegades get away with those clutches. So fast into this round up Banana through the Molotovs. Magis gets control of the car. Just holding on, playing anti-flash right now as well, expecting some potential re-aggression here from Renegades. They have been flashing their way back into Banana from time to time. But right now, Astralis are avoiding that side of the map, going in towards mid. Smokes on the long corner, keeps Sicko occupied for the time being. But this is not a commitment for Astralis. It's just trying to feel out this A site. That bomb is still dropped down ramp, so they can go back and retrieve it if they want to change their mind.
And this is the thing, Renegades are going to have to play in accordance to what Astralis are doing right now, very, very reactively. They have no information, they have no hints as to where this play is coming in. Instead, you're very much relying on Inns and Dick Stacey, at least keeping things even here at the B side of the map, if you're even going to attempt this retake. As Renegades, Device gets that trade onto Dick Stacey, and they do manage to go 2 for 2, but bomb plant now coming in, rotations arriving. Renegades once again retaking this B side of the map in a 3-on-3. Sicko's going to keep it in now in the advantage of the boys. And they even spot Dupree over at Banana. Wow. They're not ready for that repeat though. Malta thought he had that dead to rights, mollying him out into the open, but it's not meant to be. And Device's Krieg is looking so damn deadly. It's only Sicko left, now down to the 1v1. And with bomb planted for Banana, surely there's no way that he's able to get back on top of this. Taps the bomb, but there's just no time. And even then, Dupree finishes him off. Another round for the Dades. It gets close, and slowly but surely, I mean, every one of these rounds feels like it's getting closer and closer, but they're very rarely able to cross that finish line in actually edging them out.
The reason this is getting so hard for Renegades is every time Astralis go towards B, which feels like, you know, more than like 80% of the time, they're always trading 2 for 2. Like, that's the best case scenario for Renegades. 2 defensive kills and then immediately traded. And while that's fine, Astralis, they're more than happy to take these 3-on-3 post plants on B. Aggressive position down Banana for Dupree, takes down that flank of Malta, and from that point on, it's just, yeah, playing the time, playing the bomb, and having a huge advantage while doing so. These are some great T-side rounds from Astralis, as we come to expect at this point from the best team in the world. And Renegades, they are back to pistols. Not exactly a fun position to be in. Triple B setup, And yeah, definitely getting conditioned into these B plays. And I think what's kind of cool about this is Astralis doing so many B plays that every now and then we're going to see Renegades throw these triple B setups at the start of the round. And already the last time they did that, Astralis rushed up mid with 4 players. So, you know, Astralis know what they're up against, and they know that Renegades are getting conditioned by their play.
To expand on what you're saying there, Hugo, I think that's made even stronger and even more apparent by how scared of challenging for top mid control Renegades have been, right? Astralis, they're always able to get a man into that top mid portion. This round it's Dupree, and he just kills everyone anyway. But because you get that foothold, the second you see a 3-man B stack early, the second you see so much as one flash that feels a little extra over towards B, you have a man ready to go peeking, ready to go challenging into that A side of the map. And it's working for Astralis every single time. I think for the Renegade side at this point, they might need to try and figure out a system as to how they can challenge for this top mid control and stop giving it over to the Danes.
I'm pretty sure Xyp9x just killed Dick Stacey through the stained glass windows and ruins as well. Yep, he did. Look at that. Just despicable, Harry. There's no way you can hide from this man. He doesn't see walls, you have to remember that. Or smokes, or anything really, just heads. And he takes them all off. 10-3 up. Astralis looking to 12-3 this half. We thought that Fnatic EG game was dominant earlier, but we are getting a similar story right now for the Renegades.
Yeah, and I tell you what, mate, shout out to these last 2 games, because, Hugo, it's a long day for you and I. We're doing all the games today, and thankfully, these ones look like they might be pretty speedy.
Yeah, making our schedule nice and compact, you know? We've got best of 3s coming up later as well. Well, actually, I think that's our next game, because the Liquid North best of 1
moved
has
to
been
later
delayed,
on.
yes.
Very honourable thing to do on North's behalf. Shout out to them for being so, you know, mate, a lot of teams I would have taken the chance to play versus a sleepy Liquid. Dick Stacey and Ins, they get caught sleeping at the wheel over inside of the B bomb site. Dupree's finding everyone over at A, and even the bomb isn't even left spawn yet, and they're already hunting these kills. Astralis, you can just tell they're feeling so confident, and it's a shame because the same, mate. Do they have the mini-map turned off or something? Like, the amount of times that they've almost killed each other just from walking into each other.
Maybe that's revenge, right? Because Glaive, I think he did kill Xyp9x.
Tonic's laughing to himself as well. Oh, dear. It wouldn't, mate, Astralis would be the team to be like, yeah, we play with that mini-map because then we really have to talk to each other. That would just be like the big brain behind it or something. But yeah, no, not in this round for Renegades, sadly. They're trying to hold on to these guns, but of course the Danes of hunting. Of course they are. Dexter will blindside Glaive. This is where Dupree tries to do something about that. Sicko's got an eye on the apartments and is now flicked down into the pit. So these weapons might just get held for Renegades. There's still more Danes hunting them, though. There's still more players looking to challenge. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It's all gone wrong.
What a bait. What a bait, though. Device, right, jiggling. He spots that up on the site from Library. He just starts jiggling, baiting shots off, and then he gets close peeked as well from the long corner. Oh, just, there's levels to it, Harry. Too many levels and too many rounds for Renegades to deal with. 11 in this T side right now for Astralis, and 1 left for them to really make this half fabulous. And it all just looks too easy right now. Dupree is a monster. Not even getting entries on the site where Astralis are committing to. They've already taken B, and he's just fragging out the apartments. Absolutely dominant, and that will not change. Dick Stacey dying in the molly at top B this round, and Dupree's back to his usual acts in the apartments. More grenades landing, of course, and just dunking down Sicko to 40. Dupree is not done. He's found himself another. Might be some re-aggression here from Malta, but actually drops off with that Mag 7. And in the meantime, they've cleared out A, they've cleared out long. Xyp9x is coming in on this wrap, and Malta, he can't even check it. He's not got the gun for that fight. Switching back to the pistol and drops Dupree, but at this point, he's being held by that Library. 30 HP left as he tries to throw the smoke across to get the gun, but they're coming in from above as well. The Mag 7, a fickle beast, and he will not find anything with it. It's another round here for Astralis unless Inns can clutch it out 1-on-2 in the post plant.
Yeah, he's retrieved the Krieg, but they know exactly where he's coming from. And with Xyp9x's position here and Glaive alongside him, it would be bad enough if it was just Xyp9x alone. It's not, though. The whole party's there, and Astralis are going to round this half out 12-3. Incredibly dominant from the Danes. Heading into this second half, Renegades are going to find themselves very far away from making this comeback feel doable. Can they get it done? Or will Astralis close this out? Join us after the break to find out.
passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You are mine. Come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
We've got some new boys on the block in these Renegades jerseys, but right now they are being put to the test. 12-3 for Astralis after the first half of Inferno, and that was their T-side as well, just to make matters worse for these Aussies. Unfortunately, it's always going to be like this when you have a trial by fire up against the best team in the world, but let's see if they can pull this one back. It's all got to start with a pistol round, Harry. It's all got to begin here in round number 16.
Yeah, for you folks watching at home, you know, we spent a whole season of Pro League together now. I think we know each other very intimately, and I'm not going to lie to you, this does not look great for Renegades. This pistol round is a necessity, and without it, you can almost expect Astralis to take this whole game.
I appreciate the honesty, Harry. It really means a lot.
Exactly. Honesty is the best policy, but kills aren't bad either, and Glaive has picked one up in this round already. Striking Dick Stacey from the tally, who has had a bit of a struggle in this game thus far. Sat bottom of the board for Renegades. He was one of those players over in the B bomb site. You think about how much that site was harassed by Astralis, how much they bullied those B players. They've done a great job of keeping at least him on the back foot, and that will continue here into the pistol. Renegades now having to fight into this extremely important round, a man down.
They have got the smokes for a full execute, and if they can trade effectively and get into this B site, that'd be lovely. But Zipnix has got a smoke of his own, ready to throw that down at the drop of a hat. But ooh, he actually switches weapon too early. That lets him get through and passes smoke. It's now forgotten as Renegades are all over this B bomb site. They can plant, and Astralis can set up for a 5-on-4 retake, which is still a pretty good situation to be in. Open bomb plant. Not for Banana though, so that can't be a position Renegades take up too heavily for this post plant. They might want to try and push towards Ruins, but that's exactly where Astralis are coming from. 3 players on the coffin side of things as Dexter looks for this crossfire, missed shots, finally gets that kill to Glaive, but it comes at a cost.
Sicko, no armor there, so his aim gets sent flying, but Dexter's P250 is nice indeed. He's on 4 now. Dexter, where's this come from? Oh, he's gonna get the ace and take a bow. Renegades get that pistol round on the back of one man and one man alone. Dexter with that P250 in full swing as he sets them up with a 4th and now a chance to get back into this map.
Yeah, unbelievable recovery considering those initial missed shots with 3 players coming through from the coffins, but boy does he turn it up at the end of the round. Closing out the pistol here for Renegades that, again, remember, was in a 4-on-5 from the get-go. Glaive got that initial pick down banana, so huge frags from Dexter. And Renegades, they have given themselves a lifeline here on the T side. A chance to pull this one back in the long run, but it's still not going to be easy. You know Astralis will be keen to buy up. Although, yet to force in this second round. We'll see if that changes.
One of the things I love is, Astralis going over towards B. I think it's partially because they identified they were able to get in early, but also I think they're realizing they're very much in at least one man's head over on this Renegade side, right? You look at the kill distribution between everyone else, there's what, 1 kill in it, or 2 kills rather, between the second to bottom player on Renegades and the top. But then if you include Dick Stacey in that, it widens to a pretty large 8-kill difference, right? And Dick Stacey sitting 3 and 14. I think if he can recover, if he can get his head back into the game and start to build a bit more confidence, which is very hard to do, bear in mind, up against an Astralis that's looking like this, then maybe there's a chance for Renegades to at least get a few more rounds and start to get us believing. They're still a long way away from that, though, and that's important to realize, right? Even though they get the pistol, even though they've cemented that and they've given themselves an avenue back into this, it's not to say that it's easy by any stretch of the imagination. You're still 8 rounds behind. You're still versus Astralis on home turf. And it does feel like, we need the full 100% from everyone on the Renegade squad right now.
Yeah, it's hard enough to reset coming into the second half of an ESEA pug, let alone up against the best team in the world, rather. We've been informed we're actually replaying the round. There was a custom agent model that was being used, and so the round's being replayed. Interesting. Ooh. We know those models are banned by most tournament organizers nowadays, and let's be honest, that is exactly what we want to see. Anyone who wants the models in comp play.
Who was using it?
I didn't quite hear that, but hopefully we can get confirmation and name and shame, Harry.
I mean, surely it's got to be an accident, right? You just accidentally have it on in the second half. Didn't mean to. Whoops-a-daisy.
I'm not getting told, so I'm not going to be able to name and shame.
I'm imagining it has to be Renegades, right? Because if Astralis were using a custom model and Renegades win the round, it's like...
Renegades shouldn't be complaining, really.
Yeah. Like, we'll have to wait and see. We'll try and keep everyone informed as soon as we know more. Plot twist when it was Dexter using it, right? Just blended in at the back of the
like, nah, mate, sorry, we're going to have to cancel that ace. We're going to have to go back.
Oh, it was using it.
Tut.
Poor boy as well.
Dexter's got to feel rough.
Yeah, man, that is going to feel so rough.
Oh, Inns, man.
No,
Shun him.
He's just been pugging too much. That's the problem. Using those little green skins, you know he's hiding on overpass. You know he's one of those. Oh, I want to say something. He's hiding at the vines, man, by the toilets, blending in like some sort of gross little chameleon.
He's playing Cash, CT Spawn, and sitting at the back of B, on that tree.
Or just anywhere in the B site.
Anywhere on the map, to be honest.
It's
Cash
very,
is so
very green.
Following our Pro League branding in a little bit. A lot of greenery, a lot of
that's the intention.
Color. Yeah. Hopefully, Harry, we can dress you up in a camo suit and blend you in with the background as well one of these days.
I mean, I probably own something that would do that already. I probably have a shirt that's like roughly looks the same as the Pro League branding. So
you're a colourful man.
Yeah, I'm a man of colour, at least in what I wear. I can't believe that though for Renegades. Like that is going to be heartbreaking.
And the worst part about that is Dex is now down to 5 kills.
Yeah.
He was at 10 after that round. Harry aced it.
If he aces the pistol round again, now that would be nuts. But I'm. Yeah, there you go. Inns played pistol round with a custom player model, and the round will be replayed.
And we're going back into it, Harry.
We were just hyping up. This could be the confidence back for Renegades, but this is one of the most grueling kind of situations where you're brought back down to earth. We're replaying the pistol round, and once again, Sicko and Dexter picking up the utility in this one, but a mid-rush now from Astralis. They'll go barreling down. I don't know, man. Astralis with a replayed round seems scary, but Dexter, whoa!
Dear.
I've won the ace again! And Inns is here to help him out this time around. Not given a chance, but that P250, whether it's first time, whether it's second, whether it's third, is still just as deadly for Renegades in this pistol, and only Zipnik's left. Renegades, I tell you what, man, Fair play.
Yeah,
Fair play
yeah.
in this one.
Yeah, Astralis, you want to replay it again? Maybe a third time? You know, we love our pistol rounds here at the Pro League. Maybe we can get a fourth pistol in this game. Who knows? But yeah, Zitnix is not going to be able to clutch this one out, sadly, and Renegades, I'm very glad they won that. I'm not going to lie. I would have been real upset for them if they win the pistol, they replay it, and then they lose it, and then they lose a game 16-3. That would have hurt. But now Renegades, they've really proven themselves here. They've really deserved this T-side pistol, and Dexter, again, getting multiple kills with that P250. So back-to-back rounds for Renegades, although it looks like one. They've taken the fourth here coming into this T side. And Astralis, as expected, going to force here on the CT side immediately into this one. The Betway odds still looking as indomitable as we would expect. And Renegades walking up towards middle here. They've deserted the banana, and Zitnix has peeked down, so he's got that info. It's enabled a rotation from Glaive, who will move towards A, and you can see that double long setup from Astralis gets completely discontinued, and they go and set up inside of the site, expecting this execute from Renegades, and they are right to assume so.
Mate, those Zitniks already being down banana. This is scary. Luckily enough, Dexter has a bit of a sixth sense tingling. And it's the Zip sense that gets shut down there over in the bottom of mid. Man advantage now for Renegades. Magisk on the other side of this smoke. He does have Ins lying in wait on the other side. Glaive's the Eagle, not to be trifled with. That will be Renegades trying to take control of Banana, and they will now be working their way up into the crosshair of Glaive, who can't find anything there with the Deagle. Bomb plant will be following for Renegades and leaving them in a 5-on-3. For Astralis, you imagine this is a save, but you know, with this much of a lead, with this many rounds going their favor, you can just as well justify, you know, sticking around, trying to upgrade some of these players maybe.
I'm not going to lie, surprised to see MP5 SDs in play. I mean, those guns really are just garbage.
I mean, I tell you what, I used to be anti-MP5 as well, Hugo. It's not as awful as you think.
You're wrong.
You just hate change, man. You just hate the
It's
new.
not the change. It's yeah, they're just not good. Simple as that, Harry.
I just wish it sounded more meaty. Like, why did we get the MP5 SD? Why not just an MP5?
Just a bit of a throwback, maybe?
Well, exactly, man. The old
Time's
MP5s
gone
all
by.
used to sound pretty lovely.
Well, either way, Astralis get away with a couple of pistols in this round, and those MP5s are dragged forward for yet another. No investment here for Astralis, though. Just waiting for that 6th round to be taken by Renegades before they come back in with the guns on this CT side. Dupree's got a flash. He can set players up towards Banana or just try and go for one of these mid pushes again, like Astralis did in that pistol round, the 2nd pistol round. Actually, the 3rd pistol round.
Yeah, technically. Oh, well, the Zipniks very, very dead thanks to that huge barrage utility. And now the rest of the Astralis side.
What?
Looking to follow suit. Device not quite able to finish off a low HP Malta, who just goes retreating now back into the T apartments. Device has been able to retrieve Dexter's AK, though, and that in and of itself is something for Astralis to try and look to hold on to here as this round feels like it should go in favor of the Renegades. Obviously, with that AK still in play and with Astralis being so damn good in every situation, there's always a chance that something goes wrong, but you really can't bank on that, right? This should be a Renegades round. We're anticipating it's a Renegades round, and with that bomb plant now found, that looks to be the case.
Yeah, may as well hold on to this gun, this solo AK, and the rest of Astralis are basically just playing bodyguard right now for Device, keeping him alive in the spawn. Till death does he part. That's a nice kill as well, catching Dick Stacy getting aggressive. through the ruins. And I mean, Renegades, they've got to exit, and they're choosing not to go through the banana, so they're going to be walking into this AK. Works wonderfully, though, for Inns, who does take that kill. Magisk, he hasn't been checked in the corner, and he won't be checked. Gets away with a frag onto Inns, traded back by Sicko, who closes the round. But that's some great damage for Astralis on a round that they brought nothing into but 2 saved pistols and a bit of Kevlar. So, yeah, they take away 3 guns. They make Renegades money just that little bit worse for wear, and now they're coming in with the full buy.
Also, Renegades, you know, they can boast that they're now a team with 150% win rate in pistol rounds against Astralis. Who else can say that? Well, just them, as far as I know. I don't think that's happened. So
surely 3 out of 3 is just 100%, Harry. I'm not trusting.
But it's 3 out of 2 because one of them didn't count. So
yeah,
that's
okay.
how I'm looking at it.
Next level.
But even then, I don't. Yeah, well, you know, we'll have to wait and see how the numbers shape on up. Zipnik's trying to put numbers up early. Dick Stacey in with the response. We were mentioning how it's important for him to try and find his confidence again, and so getting back into it, even if it's with these trades early on, every kill he gets makes him feel a little bit more confident, a little bit happier. We see the classic Dick that we all know and love. And, well, Dupree holding close, does have Device back at the B side of the map. Flash goes in, and that allows him to deal with Dick Stacey. Man advantage still in favor of Renegades, though. Timing for Malta over in mid, not quite there. Magisk is going to catch him, and this bomb has come rotating back towards A. Oh dear, they were already rotating off on the side of Astralis, but it doesn't matter because Magisk is going to finish off everybody anyway. 3 kills in the chokehold, and that there is another round for the Danes on the board. They'll reach 13.
Yeah, they once they obviously got flashed. Once Device got flashed into Banana, I think Renegades realized that there were 2 out of 3 players over towards that B bomb site because of the flashbang getting thrown from spawn. So they decided to rotate, go and join Malta in middle, but he's running around, and Magisk heard it from the site, so he actually reaggressed on short. That's a really heads-up play from Magisk, catching that solo lurk, and then even closing out the round 13-6. Astralis, they get their first in the CT side, taken under control. And the AWP even saved for Device as well, so got to watch out for that if you're Renegades. They don't have one of their own. Oh, Dick's getting spammed, and he's gone down through the smoke. Didn't even get a chance. Poor guy. He's 4 and 17, and he didn't even see anyone in this round. Astralis with a man advantage, and Renegades flashing in through middle. Device is waiting on the short side.
Oh, and actually going to miss that one. Looked like it was due to connect, but that Molotov has forced Sicko into the arms of the AWP. Dexter and Malta have done what they can, and Malta will surprise Device already being down in the pit. Device was not ready for that. Quick rotation, gets caught. Malta, once again, having to be the man to make all the difference here for Renegades, but he will. And Malta's in with 4. Another round now on the board for the boys. 7 as they pick that up. They are closing the distance between them and Astralis. They let the Danes get 1 round prior, but they're quick in with a response, and having that response, having that return, has now broken the economy of Astralis.
Yeah, I mean, we were joking at halftime, but this really is a chance for Renegades to come back into this game now. I mean,
if Malta can keep this up, then it actually could happen, because he's had a lot of these multi-kill rounds, and that's why we're talking about him, even though there's not a big distribution between him and everyone else. And I think as we see the money find its place for Renegades, we see that AWP have the ability to come out. It could be getting even stronger as they continue to build into this second half.
But as is the case, Harry, you can never count Astralis out of a round, even with just pistols here. 2 men on this B site. Not the best gun for coffins. Glaive playing that 5-7 is going to be kind of hard-pressed to win duels with that from such a range. I'd like to see that Deagle here instead, but just going to be waiting for these players to get close. Re-smoke up, keeps Renegades out of the sight for now, and Glaive can afford to play somewhere else. Sat towards CT, can even get flashed in through that smoke, but actually no utility here for Astralis. Glaive has got the only grenades left up for the CT side, and Renegades definitely have the feeling like they want to commit towards this B site. Not putting any pressure on A. And Astralis are more than ready for that to happen. They've read this situation wisely, and with no one coming up mid here for Renegades, they put 4 players on this B site. As I say that, the bomb rotates out of Banana, and this is very well timed for Renegades. Dupree winning his duel up in the apartments, though, and now he could have this rotate right back, but Renegades are going to beat the timing. They're already up through long, and they're coming into CT.
Oh, no, they're thinking, like, Right, we've brained Astralis here. We're going to be, but the problem is that they're already here. Magisk somehow gets one, and you're kind of like, okay, right, we dealt with one, we dealt with two, it should be ours, but no, there's a lot more where that came from. Another kill, they've got to get in, they've got to be quick, and they just about deal with Glaive. The bomb plant found with a second to spare, and now Dupree alone. He's just going to try and hold on to the AK. A great attempt from Astralis. And Renegades, considering they walk into a stacked bomb site, they do a very good job of limiting casualties there. I know they lose 3 players, but they get the bomb down in the 2v1, and that in and of itself is enough to secure the round.
Yeah, just Renegades running into wave after wave of Astralis players here in that B bomb site, all throughout the spawn as well. It felt like Astralis had that round taken, but remember, they're only on pistols, so getting it down to the wire will just about do. Saved AK for Dupree and a saved round for Renegades, up to 8 now on this T side. Slow and steady wins the race, and well, they're certainly catching up. Astralis have only had 1 round in this entire half so far as well, so being put to the test somewhat, but can't count them out just yet. They've got another buy in the horizon. Not going to have the AWP here unless they want to take a glass cannon, which could be a bit of a risk. Although if there was anyone to take the risk, it would be Device, and he's going to go right for it, so why not?
That was nuts. Yeah. That kill from Magisk, I'm like, yeah, he has his knife out, he's dead here. Oh, no. He's done a Magisk thing, as Magisk often does. Topping the charts alongside Dupree right now for Astralis, but even that might not be enough to put a stop to Renegades with how they're looking right now. 8-13, Astralis still in the lead. They're not breaking a sweat just yet. But this has definitely gotten a hell of a lot closer than they ever anticipated off the back of what was a 12-3 half.
Yeah, early triple B setup here for Astralis as well, just to take this banana control. They use a lot of utility, all the grenades, and it has kept Renegades out of this position. So that's an advantage for Astralis here at the start of the round. They can go back into this triple A setup and hope the Renegades come walking their way. Dexter certainly might. Up in apartment, spamming the corner, making sure there's no one on Balk. This doorway could be a real hard angle to clear as a T, knowing that you could be peeked from the site, you can be peeked from pit, graveyard, Balk. So many angles, too many angles maybe. So Dexter will hold off for the time being as the rest of his team make their move in middle. Astralis still with this bottom banana under their control, and Glaive might even go one step further. Could get flashed in by Zipnix, who has got one out in his hands right now. He's just waiting to get contact first.
Oh, there we go. He's got their attention. He knows they're going to be focused on him. The flash is good, and Dick Stacey offers himself up. Glaive, they don't have the Molotov and any of these players here to get him out, so they just have to trade that as best they can. That Molotov that would have helped so much was up here in top mid on the back of Sicko. Malta, blinder of a kill there onto Magisk. And that's opened up a route through CT. He's going to use that to flank into the library, but you're bang on, Hugo. Time is running out. The kills have just come in. The bomb's going down, but it's all been denied by Dupree down in the pit. And Astralis, they put a stop to Renegades in their tracks. The 14th round now for the Danes, 1 away from match point here on the CT side. And a crucial round to have picked up, Hugo, because you look at the money there for Renegades, and it's all gone.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for Renegades that they run out of time. With Malta getting that kill in CT, you know that Renegades definitely would have wanted to split that B bomb site after not only trading the player at bottom banana, Glaive, I think it was, and then getting a kill onto the rotation of Magisk, but no time. They had to commit towards A, and they didn't have time to clear all the pit either. So Dupree holds his own, as he often does, and that will be 14-8. Renegades opting to play for overtime here. I respect that decision. I think realistically, you know that the chance of you pulling a 7-round comeback is pretty low, but it's better than forcing here and having 2 pretty trash buys to close out the game. And it's a hard call to make, but it's going to give Renegades the best shot of making this game actually happen. Magisk dropping Malta, who got through that smoke earlier on, and Renegades with just Glocks and Deagles here, hoping for anything.
One of the things I've liked about this T side thus far, though, is because, you know, we've all noted that Dick Stacey is not having the game of a lifetime right now. The rest of the guys, though, especially Malta, have been looking great. So what they've been doing is they leave Dick Stacey to, like, play these lurk positions, these trade areas where he can just collect kills on players that are either in rotation or have just finished off, you know, taking a fight elsewhere. And then they're using their big fraggers right now now to create the space and open up these bomb sites. And I think that's why they've had so much success here. They send Dick Stacey in first to try and grab some information, and instead, all Renegades are able to get is bullets in response from Astralis. They all go down, but that's kind of what we expected. They only had pistols into that round. They were playing for the investment here, and they've got it. Renegades buying down, and they now have to go on a 7-round consecutive streak if they want to see this one through to OT. That's not even for the win. That's just to start it all over again in overtime.
Well, they do like replaying rounds, I hear, so
Oh.
that's always nice. You know, that's always
yeah.
left for the future. But they've got to get their first Harry. Easier said than done. Oh dear, those grenades are absolutely incredible. Almost 200 damage taken by Astralis before they even see a man. And Glaive, he's going to be able to go 1-for-1 at the top of B. Fast fights for Sicko, but it's a double peek from Astralis, and Zipix gets the better of him. Dexter with a trade up on middle, and there's actually no one on A right now. The only man is Device, and he's in the apartments. He has to let them go. He's going to let them bypass this position and take control, but they will not expect him here, especially not with the AWP.
Oh, Dick Stacey dealt with Device now making his presence known, and he might just lock in the game. He will indeed from the apartments. Astralis moving on up as they lock that in at 16-8 in their favor from a 12-3